Our first module deals with the concept of safety. Shall we first start with defining what we mean by safety?
Well, safety is defined as a state or condition in which the risk of harm to persons or property damage is reduced to and maintained at or below an acceptable level through a continuing process of hazards identification and risk management.
That sounds really complicated. Is there a way of simplifying this?
Of course. Let us look at this through an example. Let us look at the process of refueling of an aircraft. In a refueling scenario, there is an inherent hazard because fuel is highly inflammable. The risk is that there could be a spark that would result in a fire that would destroy aircraft and other equipment and take lives. Safety is the process of identifying the various factors that could increase the chances of fire and taking steps to ensure that those factors are taken care of and fire does not break out. In this case, safety condition is a complete ban on smoking, use of mobile phones on the airside, precaution of keeping sawdust at hand to put on any leaked fuel, and ensuring that the aircraft and fuel bowser are grounded through a banding wire to prevent sparks from static electricity that could result in a fire.
That made things very clear, but there is an important part in this definition which we still need to talk about, which is the concept of acceptable level of risk. The easiest example of this would be changing a domestic gas cylinder. Although domestic fuel is potentially explosive, it is acceptable to have electrical appliances on at home during a cylinder change. However, such activities are not acceptable in an airside environment, even when refueling is not in progress.
Caution: here we need to remember that safety is a condition and therefore subject to change. Any changes in the environment would automatically require a relook at safety conditions. Accidents are not the result of a single factor, but a chain of events. Let us look at an example in this context. This man had forgotten to pay the electricity bill, which resulted in the power in his home being cut off. This resulted in his wife getting angry at him. When the man came to work, his supervisor noticed that he was in a bad mood but did not give it any importance. The man's mind was disturbed by the fight and he did not concentrate on his job. He left behind a piece of equipment on the apron while he was carrying out routine maintenance. The equipment got sucked into the aircraft engine and resulted in the engine being destroyed.
Who would have imagined that a simple non-payment of a domestic bill would result in damage to a hugely expensive piece of equipment and put the lives of several passengers and crew at risk?
From the 1950s, the continuous improvement of safety standards and processes has brought that number of aircraft crashes due to safety issues down to 1 in a million flights, and it is steadily improving.